Welcome to the Lifestyle with Tais show. I'm Tais Froggatt, your host. I'm an adventurous soul, an avid foodie, a yoga instructor, and presenter. I love connecting with new faces and listening to your stories. There's nothing more that I enjoy more than speaking to individuals that have something to share. Perhaps you've discovered a new skill or talent. Those not afraid to start something new or kicking up some new goals. Maybe it's something you're currently doing or something you're about to do. Let's welcome our first guest to the show. This entrepreneur foodie has been very busy. This special guest is here today to share what she's been up to and cooking up a storm in her kitchen and sharing these amazing, delicious recipe ideas and full of goodness all the way from Kulnura Farm. About an hour outside drive outside of Sydney, approximately 20 minutes from Hornsby. We'll discuss the fabulous produce grown at the farm and perhaps the range of products that she's been making. She's got an incredible array of recipes that she's been experimenting with, from fresh lemonade to homemade salad dressings for the community to enjoy. Let's welcome Sam Nicholson.
Hi, Tais.
Hey.
How are you?
Good, thank you, Sam. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Now, I will warn you that in deepest, darkest Kulnura, up here on the mountain, we do have a bit of a sketchy internet connection. So I apologise if I cut out from you.
I hear you loud and clear, actually. The connection seems pretty good from our end. So, Sam, you've been really busy. Tell us,
Awesome.
What have you been up to?
Great. So, well, when the virus started, I was events manager, and so I had to reinvent myself pretty quickly that or go on Centrelink, which I really do. I have opportunities up here in given that we've got a family farm. And again, with the virus, the market for our citrus fruit has dried up. I really didn't want to see that food going on the ground. So got off my back, put on my L plate, decided that I was going to sell the food from. We do that at the front of my house currently in Western Sydney. Slightly illegal. I'm hoping nobody will lock me in, but the community's really embraced it. It's given everybody a bit of a talking point. And what I wanted to do, in addition to making a living, was I really wanted to bring people together with food and social distance conversation, and just introduce the idea of eating seasonally and very locally. I'm passionate about keeping our food miles down. I'm passionate about limited packaging. I'm passionate about eating well and cooking from scratch. And that's what I really wanted to do, to get out there and have the time to talk to people about it, and to bring a little bit of the country to the city.
Excellent. Wow. Well, I'm really excited about what you're up to. I think you've done so much from start to finish, like a little zero to hero, isn't it? I've always, from what I know of you, you've always been passionate about food and the farm, but to turn that into, I guess, a new talent or new career direction, absolutely wish you the best of luck. I know that I've been very fortunate enough to pop down to the store myself and have a look, and I've tried your homemade lemon curd and your margarita mix, which yum, delicious. So, Sam, tell us a little bit more about
well, the margarita mix has taken.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So the margarita mix has taken on a bit of a cult status. So that's been awesome. But as the lime season will draw to an end, we're having to invent some new drinks. We've got a juice for gin range coming out. So we've started with a delicious ruby grapefruit juice. We this week are also starting a lemon, mint and cucumber juice for gin. We have a bloody brilliant Bloody Mary mix made with our farm chilies, lemon juice, lime juice, etc. I can't tell you the recipe because they have to kill you. So we try to bring something different out each week, keep people interested, but we've also set up a little collective with our neighbours. And so we grow and share food. Our tags actually neighbours sharing food, and we create recipes with them. I was just at my neighbour's this morning. I took around about half a ton of limes there. She's making marmalade for the stall, and yeah, just trying to keep it fresh and keep it interesting for people.
Well, it certainly sounds very interesting. I'm sure that word of mouth is definitely working for you. And obviously with the current situation, people are looking for reasons to get out of the house and I guess support what you're doing. For those of you who didn't quite hear the connection, I just say that she's making, Sam's making some delicious Bloody Mary mixes from the local chilies in the farm next door. Orange and rosemary juice.
Yeah, and
yep. Or even lemon and cucumber and mint gin mixes, and also a ruby and grapefruit. Wow, that's really that could almost be quite sweet and bitter, but very, very delicious.
Yeah, absolutely. So the market has spoken.
It certainly has. You never know. We'll see this brand of yours. I mean, it's pretty much taken off from what I can tell. It's certainly growing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we try to keep it interesting. As I say, we have
Yeah, so these everything from cordials to mixes for gin, margarita mixes, which is your original flavor. I think if anyone wants to get their hands on it,
we've been very lucky with the community support and with the help of social media. I have to say,
yes, social media certainly does help spread the word, doesn't it?
Yep.
Especially. So which I find really interesting because the setup of your stall is in a west of Sydney, and any other time, you know, it's not normal for us to have a stall out at the front of a suburban home. But certainly these are different times at the moment, and I'm so impressed that you've gone for it, and think it's certainly started a trend. And I know we love to go to the markets and go and get our fruit and veggies, but this is really, really something very special. Fantastic, Sam. So thank you so much for telling us about how passionate you are about it. Would you like to actually share with us if there's any other interests that you have outside of the produce, something about yourself and the farm? Oh, I think we've lost you. Hello?
Oh, so many Tais. I'm really passionate about spending time in nature. Oh, sorry. Have you got me?
Yes, we've got you. So
no.
I know you like yes, we've got you.
Can you hear me?
I can, yes. I suppose being out on the farm a lot, you'd be able to be one with
Great.
nature.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time bushwalking. I go bushwalking up here. We like going. Absolutely. Absolutely. Look, walking, cooking, eating, drinking, good.
Okay. And Sam, I understand one thing we hadn't mentioned, which I thought would capture for our viewers, is that you actually have bees on the property and you make your own honey. And this is also available from Kulnura Farm. Is that correct?
Absolutely. That's right. Yeah, my husband and his father are both beekeepers. There's other beekeepers here on the farm too. We're bordered by the state forest, and we also have a flower farm next door, another organic farm, and a horse stud. And the flavors of the honey vary vastly when the hives come from down in the bush or up near the orchards, near the citrus orchards. So traditionally we get a lighter floral kind of honey when they come from the orchards, and a richer, more molassesy type when it's from down in the bush. Absolutely delicious.
Oh, wow. We've really enjoyed talking to you, Sam. Thank you so much for coming on to my first show. So I appreciate it very much. You're a very, very special guest. I look forward to trying some of that honey of yours and coming down and possibly getting my hands on some of that margarita mix again, or maybe the ruby and grapefruit juice. That's all we have time for the show today.
We'd love to see you. Thanks.
Yeah, hi Sam. Thank you so much. That's all we have on the time for the show, but please don't go far. We will be introducing our next guest shortly. Thanks for spending time with me. Special thanks to our guest, Sam Nicholson, and to InView TV and Bruce Mott for producing today's episode. My name is Tais Froggatt. See you next time on Lifestyles with Tais.
It's all about beauty. It's all about passion. It's all about change. It's all inclusive every day of the week. When the world comes together, united as one, sharing stories through the eyes of InView TV. Through the eyes of InView TV. It's all about, it's all about, it's all about beauty. It's all about passion. It's all about change. It's all inclusive every day of the week. When the world comes together, united as one, sharing stories through the eyes of InView TV. Through the eyes of, through the eyes of, through the eyes of InView TV.
Welcome to the Lifestyles with Tais show. I'm Tais Foggett, your host. I'm a writer, an adventurous soul by nature, an avid foodie, a yoga instructor, and presenter. I've lived in New York, Miami, London, France, Antigua, Spain, Norway, just to name a few, and of course, Sydney. We want to learn about you and what you've done to inspire us, or more recently, something that you're going to be doing. There is nothing more than I love to speak to people like our special guests. This one, his drive, his ambition, and dedication to helping those going hungry while helping those in the kitchen. We can't wait to find out who you're working with. Let's welcome to the show our second guest, Nick Hallberg. Welcome, Nick.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here, first of all, virtually, I would say. Thank you so much again. So yeah, a bit about me. I think it makes sense to start. I'm working for MGI Entertainment. And to give a little background on MGI, MGI is an entertainment marketing agency founded in Shanghai, actually, and we have an office in Shanghai and also in Sydney. Traditionally, we specialize in putting together brand deals between celebrities, like really like high top tier celebrities in the world, A-list celebrities and brands with a focus on the Chinese market. Just to name a few, we worked with over the years with people like Brad Pitt in China. We brought music artists like Maroon 5 or Beyonce to China. Worked in the fashion space a lot with Jessica Alba, for example. So it's really like, as you can hear, it's a really in this top tier level entertainment industry, and so that's where we're coming from, really. That's where our expertise lies. And last year, because our manager is actually from Sydney, and last year, beginning of 2019, we launched a different kind of campaign, which is called Taste of Australia. That campaign is focused between the Chinese market and the Australian market. So really is focused on Australian brands and companies in culinary, fashion, all kinds of industries, and it's a series of promotional campaigns for those companies to the Chinese consumer in Australia and the Chinese market. So yeah, me personally, I'm actually based in Shanghai, and given everything that's been going on right now in the world, really, I happened to be forced to come to Sydney in the beginning of this year, really, with the COVID-19 pandemic, which is obviously a bad thing, but I'm actually glad it brought me to Sydney. And we were in this unique position, so we were wondering, okay, what do we do? Everyone is really affected at these times, right? So rather like our business, MGI, we had a couple of campaigns that we were working on, frozen given everything that's going on in the global world, like also like entertainment pieces with top tier celebrities. So yeah, we were also, as everyone, wondering, okay, what do we do given everything that's going on? And rather than focusing on stuff we can't control and all that stuff we can't do right now, we really wanted to focus on stuff. Okay, what can we do with all the resources we've gathered throughout the last years, and especially last year with Taste of Australia, being in Sydney right now. And we've worked with a lot of celebrity chefs already with Taste of Australia. So we had those connections in Sydney and in Australia. And also we worked with a lot of KOLs, obviously. So we also had that connection. And we thought, okay, what can we do? What makes sense? And we thought about creating online content with chefs, celebrity chefs we are in close contact with. So we talked to them first, and we were thinking about, okay, and they loved it. They were like, all right, yeah, cool. They all do that already privately on their online social media platforms. So we had a conversation with them, and then we thought, okay, just creating content is cool, is great, especially in these times. Everyone's like in front of your phones and your computer or iPads or whatever, stuck at home, not being able to socialize as much. But we wanted to do something more, like something more relevant. So we
So
thought,
Nick, run us through some of the chefs that you're going to be working with for this collaboration.
yeah, I was going there in a bit. Like, for example, okay, like some, I can mention them now. Some
Sure.
like Jason Roberts, who's a Kiwi. Then we're working with foodies like Louise Keats, Deanne Chan, who was basically a KOL and a chef. Dion Wu, who was more on a focus on Chinese community. But what's really relevant and what really is like the key component of this whole thing is that we thought about how can we help people in need really in this times that everyone's like struggling with really. So we came across Oz Harvest, which is one of the leading Australian food charities really. And it's a food rescue organization, I must say. And basically what Oz Harvest is doing is collecting quality excess food from restaurants, from hotels, from any kind of institution really that would have been thrown away otherwise, and is gathering that, donating that to people in need for free. And we talked to them. We're like, hey guys, we would love to involve you in this piece. And they have a campaign going already, which is called Here for Hope. So Oz Harvest Here for Hope. And we talked to them. They love the idea to create more additional exposure. Oh yeah, here you can see some. This is the flyer of it. I'm Here for Hope, and you can see some of the chefs and KOLs we're working with, as I mentioned before, like Jason Roberts, for example, Louise Keats, Tom Walton, Deanne Chan, Dion Wu. There's me on there too, as a huge supporter, obviously. Alex Adams and Sylvia Coloca. And it's just a few. I guess there's more, which we're going to announce soon. And so the idea was, okay, we have these great celebrity chefs who have a pretty huge exposure already. And we want to create recipes together with great Aussie produce, create content, push it out there, and have this philanthropic component as well, and involve Aussie brands to support this cause. And we have great partners already, which is absolutely great. Like, just to name a few already, is like Perfection Fresh, is one, 3 Threes, Devondale, just to name a few of them. And there's a direct donation to Oz Harvest with this content. And yeah, it's great really, because and we're also calling this a shout out to further donations on those online videos, which we're going to produce and push out there throughout the end of May and the whole of June. So really for everyone, it's so easy to help us. Like, it's $1 equals 2 meals for people in need. And it's really, I mean, for me personally, it's shocking, obviously, that like really how many people are in need everywhere really, but especially in Australia, given the last like the bushfires that happened here, and then straight into the next thing with what's going on still, COVID-19. The most vulnerable people, the people that are in need, are really like, yeah, we can't forget them, right? So we can stop. It's like Oz Harvest. This is like something Oz Harvest stands for. We can stop like sport events, festivals, or whatever, but we cannot stop feeding our people. And like I myself, I didn't think about that in the beginning, like immediately. Like people, like children, for example, that maybe rely on food from the schools, from lunch, that's suddenly gone because schools are shut. All these kinds of little things really, yeah, it means a lot to have this. And yeah, I think we, in a very short period of time, we put together something really great and relevant. And I'm really excited to get this going. Yeah, we announced last week that it's going, like it's happening, and yeah, we're starting shooting next week, and then slowly it goes out there.
Okay, fantastic. So when does the first episode come out, or when do we get to see our first cooking demonstration?
An absolute definite date for that isn't set just yet. We're putting together the creatives next week. So we have developing the recipes and everything, and then begin shooting, obviously. And then, as I said, towards the end of May and the whole of June, there's going to be videos on all socials from the chefs and the foodies associated to it, and then Oz Harvest on the homepage, obviously, as well. So yeah, be sure to check that out.
I think it's a fantastic opportunity, and I can see the chefs really wanting to partake and be a part of this incredible thing that you're doing, especially teeing up with Oz Harvest. I mean, wow, that's an incredible charity, especially with the sponsors that you've mentioned. There's some really big names there, and it certainly works for obviously the background of what you've been talking about, and obviously making something work considering the current situation. So it's really admirable and incredible, Nick. So I can see we've got a couple of photos that we're showing up on our top screen.
Exactly. That's basically. Yeah. Yes, of course. So what we see that I mean, this is me holding a wine glass in Shanghai, especially just where I'm actually residing mainly. And this was the other picture is me with Alexander Wang, who's a fashion designer. There was just some background to what MGI really, like, their core business and our core field expertise is more in that. As funny as it sounds, a bit more like fashion and glamorous stuff and all that stuff, which is great, cool, it's entertainment. But we also, as we're doing right now, this is something that's really, really dear to us. And what we can do with all those resources we gathered throughout the other things we did, it's really great that we can now channel this towards something that helps, actually, in a charitable sense.
It's certainly charitable, and it's certainly a topical and relevant. And I like that it's branching into food as well, because your background would be fashion or celebrities or music, etc. And now it's fantastic. So thank you so much, Nick. You've been a real treat for us today. So thank you for popping on the show. We certainly can't wait to see and watch what you're up to next. And we'll be looking out for those cooking demonstrations and possibly some recipes. With that list of familiar culinary figures, I'm sure you're going to get a lot of viewers and a lot of donations.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, that's all we have for you today. Thanks for spending time with me. Thanks to our great guest, Nick Hallberg, and to the InView TV group and Bruce Mott for producing today's episode. My name is Tais. See you next time on Lifestyles with Tais.